What's going on, YouTube? This is Boxingwave, man. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay, we have a new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The first time since Lennox Lewis in, I believe, 25 years. Alexander Usyk defeats Tyson Fury on the card tonight. Just want to say thank you for all of the people that's been here through this journey of us getting to this point, man. We finally got a new king in boxing. All right, the baddest man on the planet, officially undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. So I have to give him much credit. Much credit to Tyson Fury. Very, very good fight. Very, very good fight. And shout out to everyone that was here on the live commentary. Okay, we had a lot of fun. This was officially the longest live commentary that I've ever done. It was over 8 hours, I believe, like 8 hours and 15 minutes or so. Very, very long live commentaries. Thank you guys for sticking with me, you know, through the breaks. It was a very, very long show. All right, but we got through it. We covered just about all of the fights on the entire card, almost all of them. And listen, it was definitely well worth it. It was well worth the pay-per-view. Even the undercard fights were pretty good. I will give you a recap on the undercard fights at some point, probably Monday. I will go through today. I'm going to spend time with my mother. And yeah, so after the fight, after the card, you know, I signed off. I wasn't able to watch the Navarrete card on ESPN later in the evening, but I will catch up to the fights and give you a review and a recap of those fights as well. All right. I took a nap. You know, it was a long card, so I took a nap, got up, and decided to rewatch the fight between Usyk and Fury. Now, live, I had Usyk winning the fight 7-5. I think there's only one round that I changed for this card that I scored. But let's get through it. So we're going to give you the scorecards first. Then I'm going to break down each round. And then I'm going to, you know, I wrote down some key notes for the fight that I think are very, very important. Plus, some of the notes that I wrote down is in response to some of the comments that I've received. Not only for the breakdown of the fight that I gave you, but also some of the comments that I read post-fight. And so I want to respond to some of those things. So we're going to cover all of that. All right. Let's start. Round one. For me, Usyk round landed, did the better work to me. Fury landed some good jabs in that round. But from what I remember here, Usyk landed the better shots to me, the better, you know, more left hands to the body and up top. I think Usyk scored. I scored a round for Usyk the first round. Second round, same thing. Usyk continued doing what he was doing in the first round, but he was a little bit more active in the second round here. I gave it to Usyk. Again, Fury is doing well. He's landing jabs. He's landing some good shots as well. But Usyk is just outworking him at this point. Third round. And this is when the momentum begins to change a little bit. Now, I gave this round to Usyk. I understand that there was a lot of people that gave Fury the round. I do think Fury almost stole the round with the last 30 seconds because he did land a couple good right hands in this round here at the end of the round. But the majority of this third round, the reason why I gave it to Usyk is because, again, he was outworking Fury. He was landing more jabs, more left hands landed. I have to give it to Usyk. Usyk has been investing to the body continuously with the jabs, with the straight left hands. I gave the third round to Usyk. Again, Fury finished the round stronger, but Usyk was consistent throughout the entire round. Okay? The fourth round, again, the momentum started to change because Fury ended the round better. He went right into the fourth round, a better fighter. I gave Fury the fourth round. It was a close round, and it still could have been a swing round. But Fury won the round to me, okay? He did the better work. He landed the better shots. And at this point, I feel like Fury is in control of the fight, okay? Fifth round, Fury's best round up to this point, all right? This is when he started to really attack the body. And he did land one low blow. But I thought, even though Usyk was complaining a little bit, I thought Fury did the better work in this round. Started to land big right hands to the body. And at this point, even though Usyk is still coming forward and still pressuring Tyson Fury, he's playing defense at this point because you can tell that the body shots started to bother him a little bit. And even though he's coming forward, he's not throwing as much because, the body shots are hurting. They're being very effective at this point. So I gave that round to Fury. Sixth round, I got to give it to Fury. Fury by far the best round. And at this point, Usyk is in trouble. He's hurt. Fury's doing everything. He's landing phenomenal jabs, consistently landing the jab, staying at range. He's at the perfect range, head control, everything. From the body shots, from the uppercuts that he landed in this round. He's just dominant in this round. Hurts Usyk in this round. Clear Tyson Fury in the clearest round in the fight up to this point. Big round for Tyson Fury. It looks like Usyk is in trouble. It looks like Usyk might get even, I'm even worried that Usyk might actually get stopped at some point if the fight continues to go at this pace. Big round for Fury in the sixth round. Seventh round, Fury again, continuing where he left off in the fifth and sixth rounds. I got to give Fury this round. I think Usyk finished stronger, similar to the way Tyson Fury finished in the third round. Usyk finished stronger, and it looked like the momentum is about to shift again because Usyk is starting to pick it up and Fury is starting to slow down a little bit. But I still think Fury did the best work. Usyk, eighth round, have to give it to Usyk. Fury started to take major damage to the face. Usyk's clearest round up to this point. All right, and Usyk is back in control in the fight. And the damage that he put on Fury bloodied his nose, had a mouse under Fury's eye. Fury is taking a lot of damage in this eighth round. So just to be clear, 8 rounds in, 8 rounds done. I have it score Fury, Usyk 4 rounds apiece. So the fight is actually a draw at this stage. All right, so just wanted to make that clear with you guys. Now, this is when things get really crazy. Usyk, dominant ninth round, even bigger round, but he hurts Fury late in the round bad. The worst I've ever seen Fury hurt in his career. Okay, we remember when when Fury got knocked down by Deontay Wilder in that first fight in that trilogy when he was laid out. Didn't look like he was going to be able to get up. Even comparing this, and I know Fury didn't officially go down. It scored a knockdown because it's a standing 8 count. Fury was so hurt at the end of this round. He was being held up by the corner and the ropes. And he only survived because it was the end of the round, okay? I don't think there should have been a stoppage after rewatching it. I know there was a period while I was watching it live. When I was watching it live, I wasn't aware that it was the end of the round. So when the ref stepped in and gave Fury a standing 8 count, at that point, I didn't know if the ref was stopping the fight. I didn't know if he was going to allow Fury to continue. But after rewatching it, I see that the ref clearly asked him if he was able to continue. Fury at that moment, even though he was badly hurt, after he was hurt, he said to the ref that he's okay. Yes, he was leaning on a rope still, but it looked like Fury could continue. The round was over at this point. All right, there's no more time left, and the round was done. But Usyk dominated Fury this 9th round, and even in the 8th round, big round for Usyk. So the 10th round comes, and Usyk is continuing with the pressure. He's landing more shots, but midway through this round, you can tell that Fury is starting to recover a little bit, okay? He's starting to go back to landing the right hands, landing a couple right hands, using his jab. But Usyk, another round for Usyk, the 10th round, I had to give the Usyk again because even though Tyson Fury is beginning to recover. Usyk is still in control of the fight at this point. So we're 10 rounds in, and I have it up for Usyk 6 rounds to 4 plus the knockdown. The count is the 10-8 round and the 9th round because of the standing 8 count. I have it up, Usyk up 6 rounds to 4. Now we are in the 11th. Now when I watched this live, okay, and this was a close round. When I watched this round live, I gave Tyson Fury the round. Tyson Fury did land a couple good right hands in the round. You know, he landed a couple good body shots. So Fury was fighting. But Usyk, again, to me, Usyk outlanded him. He continuously landed left hands throughout the round. And even though Fury landed a couple big shots, I gave Usyk the 11th round after rewatching it, okay? I just still think that he did more than Tyson Fury in the 11th round to secure the round. As far as the 12th round, this is the closest round in the entire fight, in my opinion. You know, there's a couple of close rounds. If you gave it to Fury, if you gave it to Usyk, Usyk landed lefts. Tyson Fury equally landed rights. They both finished strong in the 12th round. The closest round. It could be a 10-10 round. Honestly, I think Usyk might have landed barely more, but you can go either way depending on what you like better. If you think Fury's right hands were a little bit more effective than Usyk left hands, I think the 12th round is open to whatever you guys have it score. To me, Usyk already secured a win with the knockdown, with the amount of rounds that I gave him. You know, I think 7 rounds to 5 for Usyk is fair. I think 8 rounds to 4 for Usyk is fair. You know, whatever you have it scored. And that's the way I have it, man. I think Usyk won. I think the fight was a very, very good fight. I think a rematch is definitely justified. You know, we know there's a rematch clause. We know that Tyson Fury had said tonight. I haven't watched the post-press fight conference. I didn't watch that. All right, so I don't know what was said, but what was said in the ring, Tyson Fury said in the post-fight interview that he feels that he won the fight and that he wants to activate his rematch clause. And I think with this performance, I think he did good enough. I think Usyk won clear, but it was a very, very competitive fight. And Fury did have his moments, especially in those middle rounds. Fury was doing his best work. Okay? So that's my recap of the actual fight. Now, I wrote some notes here. I wanted to write this in because I didn't want to forget everything I do. I always do everything on the top of the head, but I wanted to write down some notes here and make some points about this fight on both sides. Remember, we're being extremely fair. The body shots from both sides. I know Fury invested to the body, especially in those middle rounds where he was able to hurt Usyk. But you can't underestimate what Usyk was doing as well. Okay, Usyk was continuously landing jabs and lefts to the body of Tyson Fury. All right, especially in those first 3 rounds, and that definitely paid dividends in the later rounds because even though Fury came back and was securing those middle rounds, Usyk had already previously been investing to the body, especially in the first 3 rounds. So you have to take account of that. Okay. And plus, we already know going in this fight, Usyk always had the better stamina here. You know, I've always said this, and I said this before the fight, and I've said this in previous Usyk breakdowns. Every Alexander Usyk fight, even tonight, the fights don't begin until the 7th round. And it continues after tonight. All right. Michael Hunter, Maurice Breedis, all right, Tony Bellevue, Anthony Joshua. A lot of fighters. I don't go down all the way down the list. All of these fighters did well against Usyk. Some of the fights, Usyk might have been down, like the Breedis fight. You might have had it Breedis up halfway through the fight. 6th round, you might have had Breedis up. You might have had Tony Bellew up. You know, you might have had AJ up in the second fight, or a draw or a tie going into the seventh round. But the fight never begins into the seventh round when it comes to Alexander Usyk, no matter where you had him. And even though Fury, in my opinion, had Usyk in the most trouble in this sixth round here, in the fifth and sixth rounds, because of the amount of body shots and uppercuts, you know, the right hands and the jab. If you're not at least even with Usyk going into the seventh round, you're in trouble. Because we know that Usyk normally, always, not normally, but always pushes stronger when you're tired, when you're not, you know, you're not fresh. When you don't want to fight anymore, he's picking up the pace. This is what I said in a breakdown, and it continued here, okay? Fury did a good job in messing to Usyk's body, but at the end of the day, Usyk, if you can't stop him, I think it's fair to say that Usyk cannot take body shots. I've been reading that comment for a while now. It's a myth. Usyk doesn't get credit for his durability. We always talk about his engine, his stamina being elite. We know that he's a phenomenal athlete. We don't give the man enough credit for being as durable as he is. He four punchers down in cruiserweight and was able to move up and beat the top two heavyweights, in my opinion, and Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua twice. He was able to beat the top two heavyweights of this time, of this generation, and not get knocked down. He's never been dropped officially. Yes, Daniel Dubois had that controversial knockdown, you know, or low blow. But Usyk has fought nothing but bigger fighters on the road. He has not fought at home. He's fought in everybody's backyard. I know Saudi Arabia is not Fury's backyard, but he has fought the majority of his fights away. He's been durable all this time, and he's also outworked every fighter that he's faced. Each and every single one of them. At cruiserweight, at heavyweight, he's undisputed in two divisions. Two divisions with nothing but quality fights. I just think at this point, I would say that he's number one. I know he's an undisputed, I know he's a heavyweight fighter, and I understand that people may not want to put him in that pound for pound conversation. But I think as far as resume, he has the most undisputed resume out of all the other undisputed champions. That goes with Canelo Alvarez, has fights that are disputed. You know, he has things in his career that you can question. You might want to say that you thought he might have lost certain fights. You want to bring up, you know, the tainted meat. You could bring up whatever you want to bring up. And I know Canelo won belts in a lot of different divisions. I understand that. But what Usyk has done, you know, Inoue moved up, got undisputed in two different divisions. Some people question his resume, saying that, oh, the quality fighters weren't that good. They say the same about Terrence Crawford. I think Canelo, Inoue, and Crawford are some of the best talents of this time. And you can make the argument that you prefer them over Usyk. As far as skills, as far as overall talent, you might give it to those three guys. You might give it to those three. But Usyk, as far as consistency, as far as opposition, quality opposition, quality, being the clearly smaller guy, beating AJ, beating Tyson Fury, undefeated Tyson Fury. There's no fighter that I think resume-wise tops Usyk. That's just my opinion. I'm going to leave it at that. We can argue all day and night. Leave the comments. That's what the comments are there for. I just think that Usyk has proven as a heavyweight champ that he runs, he's on top. Okay, and his style is not liked by many, you know, but he gets the job done. He's highly effective. And this is what happens when you're extremely dedicated to the sport and you're dedicated to your fitness, you know, staying fit. I was talking about Sean Porter on the live today while we were just talking about other fights. And I always go to Sean Porter because I don't think Sean Porter is the most skilled or the most talented, but I think the reason why he was able to compete against the very best at welterweight for years is because his dedication and his fitness. He was able to keep up and match a lot of the fighters, even the ones that he has losses to. You know, and I think that Usyk being dedicated, staying fit throughout these years, and being able to outwork his opponents. You know, I mean, in this fight here, it looked like he was really in trouble. He was really hurt. All right, but he didn't get knocked down by the bigger man here. Fury has the advantages because he has the size. He has the reach and knows how to use it. He has the IQ. He has the movement. You know, he's always been able to outbox and outthink these fighters. Even when it was close, even when he was down, he was able to do it continuously. But Usyk here was able to outwork him. And like I said in the breakdown, you can't decide now, today, for this specific fight that you want to be fit and just think that it's going to come through against a guy that's always fit, always involved in tough fights. He's going to outwork you. And if you can't stop him, he's going to keep coming. I did say to you guys that even though I had Usyk winning on points, I thought it was more likely for Fury to get a knockout. Why? Because I knew he had the bigger punch. I knew he was the bigger man. I figured that, you know, maybe a body shot would hurt Usyk and take him out with a body shot or even an uppercut. You know, excuse me, but it just wasn't enough. And we have to give Usyk his credit for being so durable throughout these years, fighting the quality fighters, all the undefeated fighters that he fought. Hunter, Glowacki, Briedis, Gassiev. The list goes on. How many O's has he taken throughout his career? And clear O's. No disputable fights, in my opinion. He's won each and every fight. And they were all quality opponents. I said that Glowacki, since the Glowacki fight, I think the only tune-up fight, journeyman that he's fought all of these years was Chaz Witherspoon. Everybody else was top guys to me. You know, I mean, Derek Chisora, yeah, I know Derek Chisora is like an elite journeyman. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Usyk was trying to prove himself as a heavyweight. And he did that with Chisora. He did that with Anthony Joshua. He did that with Daniel Dubois. He did that with Tyson Fury. All right? Stopping Dubois as a quote-unquote middleweight, having Joshua hurt in trouble in the end of the first round, having him hurt again in like the 10th round, outworking Joshua when Joshua was coming off his best rounds. This is why you had to go with Usyk in this fight. You had to go with him because he's proven. He's not getting knocked down by MMA fighters. All right, and another point that I wanted to bring up is Otto Wallin. I understand the triangle. I think somebody left a comment. It's like triangle theories don't work. Yes, Wallin did good against Fury, but it doesn't mean that Usyk is going to do better because Usyk. No, I understand triangle theories don't always work, but you got to look at the technical aspect of it. Wallin and Usyk has the same reach, and even though Wallin is taller, yes, he's a natural bigger guy. Usyk is the more skilled guy. He has the better engine. He has better IQ. And if their reach is the same, and Wallin is consistently landing left hands, up top and to the body, Usyk would be able to as well. And that's what we saw tonight. So these are all of the points that were brought up to me that I'm just responding to. You know, um, uh, I think for the people that gave Fury the win and gave Fury, the edge and think that he won on the cards tonight, they would have to give. I found this on the web for Do You Know the End? Jesus Christ, his phone. You would have to give Fury every round that he had a little bit of success in. You would have to. You would have to score Fury the third round, Fury the 12th round, Fury the 11th round. It would be, it's overkill. He did well, but Usyk was more consistent. He was bringing the pressure, constantly landing jabs, constantly touching him with left hand to the body. It was just, he was outscoring Fury for the majority of these rounds, except rounds 4 through 7. Usyk was doing the better work. He won this fight, and I thought he won it clear enough. Even with the scorecards, I think it was clear enough to me that Usyk won the fight. As far as a rematch and moving forward, like I said, the rematch is definitely warranted. Fury wasn't exposed. He wasn't exposed. I think you're taking away the credit of Usyk win when you say things like Fury's been exposed. He wasn't exposed in this fight. Fury was in the best physical shape that he could be at this time at 35 years old. So he wasn't exposed by losing this fight. A really, really, really good fighter just lost to an ATG fighter. That's all we saw. You might even think Fury is great. But Usyk is a special fighter. He's a timeless fighter. He's a fighter that he is just clearly better than these heavyweights and these cruiserweights that he fought. And becoming undisputed in the four belt era. I understand that maybe there's a few people he didn't fight, but he fought the right people. I think what he did, beating Triple D, Joshua twice, and Fury, makes it clear that he's the best heavyweight of this time, post Vladimir Klitschko, and he's clearly the best cruiserweight too. He already proved that by beating the best before and in a tournament format where he couldn't avoid the other best fighters in the cruiserweight division. Okay? Fury wasn't exposed. He just lost to the better man. I think if Fury is serious about the rematch, and if we do get a rematch, if Fury is to stay in shape, don't let himself blow up in weight until the next fight, you know what I mean? If he can use this loss, because the O is gone, right? The O is, you lost now. You've already lost, all right? There's been some debatable fights. His last fight was very debatable against Francis Ngannou. But now you have an official loss on your record. If you can use that as motivation to stay somewhat fit, keep that cardio going, stay and maintain that weight that you're at, all right? And just stay in some kind of shape in between now into the next fight. He had something that was working for him. And no, I don't think he's ever going to have he's never going to have a better stamina than Usyk. He's just not. It'll never be better. But he had something that was working for him. He was able to time the uppercut. He was able to go to the body and hurt Usyk. Okay? I think with Usyk, he was limited when it came to his angles. I said something about Usyk, about how he likes to be on the outside to the right of the orthodox fighter's jab. He likes to be out there and where he can create his angles and throw his flurries. He didn't do it that much here because I think Fury did a good job in keeping his back to the corner all right, and keeping Usyk right in front of him. This is why he was continuously able to throw and wing those right hands to the body and time the uppercut, because Usyk had nowhere to go. If you're a big man and you're in the corner, how it's no way to go around you if you're standing with your back against the corner. That actually worked well for Fury. On the other hand, it also made Usyk be able to land straight left hands because Fury is straight right in front of him. So even though he wasn't able to use those angles and step around him as much as we've seen in previous fight and turning and circling around Fury, he wasn't able to do that. But he was able to stay consistent in landing that left hand, even though he had a pretty large reach disadvantage. Okay, so look, it was a great fight. It was definitely worth it, man. I'm happy for Usyk. I'm happy for Usyk. I think Fury did show up. It just wasn't enough, man. And even though Fury had his moments and his success in this fight, again, if you cannot outwork Usyk in the second half, which I don't think any fighter can, and if you can't knock Usyk out, you're not gonna win against this guy. It's just too much. This is why I was so confident in that breakdown that I did. So anyway, that's it, man. I'm gonna eventually, do recaps on the other fights of this weekend. I still have to watch the other card with Navarrete and Baranchyk. Congratulations to Baranchyk. I saw he won the fight. I took a nap for a few hours. I woke up and the scorecards were about to be read for the Navarrete-Baranchyk fight. So I didn't see the fight, but I saw that Baranchyk won a split decision, and he's now champion at 135. So I will get around to doing a recap on those fights. But we have a new undisputed and king in boxing, in my opinion. And again, it's my opinion. Yes, I do think that guys like Crawford and Inoue might be a little bit more talented, but when it comes to resume, all right, these wins from Usyk trumps all. It trumps all, and he has not been knocked down. There's no debatable knockdowns. He's been caught with a good shot here and there, but Usyk to me is the most undisputed of the undisputed champions that we've gotten over the years. The most undisputed. He just did it better to me. Did it the best to me. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. Please, again, hit the thumbs up if you like the content. Subscribe if you are new. Hit that bell notification. If you want to get updates and get notified whenever I drop new content. And I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night or good day, because it's late, but you guys will be seeing this tomorrow. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Peace.